So, firstly, I want to begin with the fact that I'm not 100% certain what's happened here. I haven't yet begun this character, and already I have armor slots. And imagination. My sole information, I just logged off of a character in Battle of Nimbus Station. That's, yeah, seems a little bit strange. Can I... Okay, this is persisting. It's letting me pick up imagination. Let's just... Oh, apologies for that. I didn't think... As usual, I didn't think through when starting this. I've still... So I've picked up imagination. I've used imagination, both things which I would have thought would have reset the server to the amount of imagination I actually have. It'd be really cool if there were like a glitch involving having been logged onto a different account and moving over, which got me extra imagination, and that was client side. But imagination, or like the amount of imagination your character has, should be handled server side. I'm not certain what's happened to cause this, because the thing is, like, there's nothing I really could have done. It's either there's been like an update which has caused this. The question is, what rare bug would have caused this? Like solely with the inputs I have used thus. Well, okay, I've worked out what's happened. Nice work. Okay, let's... Yeah, as I said, probably server side. So what's happened here is I'm playing on a server which has a couple of mods installed, and I've got the client side versions of those. So, in other words, I'm playing a minorly modded server. Very rarely does this have an impact, but apparently some extra gear has been added, and somehow, I'm guessing it must have accidentally overwritten like the existing gear in the game, and hence when we go to character create, if we pick the precisely right thing, pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, if we pick precisely the right thing, then we... did I even have enough imagination? No, I did not. Then, yeah, we end up like this. Quickly. Can I... Yes. Made it in time. Cool. Okay, let's actually not be an idiot this time. But yes, so, what am I attempting to do today? Well, as none of you can see, this character's name is BoNS testing, which gives you a little bit of a clue. It is exactly that. That is precisely my aim for today, is that we will be resurrecting our character BoNS testing, but on this new server. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% certain what's going to happen with this, because I don't have any admin privilege or anything on this server, which means I can't do... So this is going to be a testing account. I still can't give myself... I can't give myself items on this server, which is... It's not a huge thing. It's not a small thing. I will have to get money to fund the items used in these attempts, but it could be a lot worse. These aren't incredibly expensive. They're not. Yeah, as I say, it's kind of on the borderline. These are medium in terms of the amount I will have to do to fund this. It's like what, 40 coins per healing cherry. Apologies, I'm just plugging in my computer. 40 coins per healing cherry. A round of bonds could use maybe 100. No, okay, I'm not meant to be doing that. Yeah, a round of bonds could use maybe 100 healing cherries. So, come on. That's a good round.
So, in theory, that's 4,000. That's fairly easy to pick up on another account in Crux Prime. So, like, this isn't the end of the world. Server lag might be. But it seems better now. Cool. So, yeah. Yep, the question. So, yeah. I've moved over to this server. The main reason I've done this is because the AI on this is, the server I was using. Well, I actually can't access it at the moment for various reasons, and it also was, I think, like lacking some assets, and so it didn't have AI. So that was a little bit of a shame. So we're just gonna start. Basically, I'm just starting out on a new server because I can. I'm gonna delete this from my inventory. This isn't a hardcore LU run. I don't know why I'm treating this like a hardcore LU run, despite the fact that I already smashed my character once at the start for testing. Did that make any difference whatsoever to the run? No. Was it me being bad at the game? No. But would I feel uncomfortable submitting this as a hardcore LU run? Yes, I would. So anyway, we have a little bit of an issue, which is that I'm actually going to be underpowered when going into BoNS. Ideally, so yeah, going into BoNS in the way I've practiced BoNS is 5 health. The reason I'm on 5 health is because when practicing, I will, like, it's taken me a lot of time practicing, inevitably it will again, and so I expect that I will get the achievement Smash Them All 4 whilst practicing, and whilst doing attempts. Therefore, I've set myself the goal of doing this with exactly 5 health. Which means, because I want this to be achievable, I want the method I'm using to be achievable on a character straight out of Vant Gardens. Even though this is realistically never what you would do in a hardcore LU run, I want this Battered Infestation attempt to be as though I had just come from the standard hardcore LU route out of Vant Gardens. Which would mean I would have exactly 5 health. The reason why I can't pick up the flags in Vant Gardens is because, well, I will get Smash Them All 4 at some point, almost certainly, unless things go really well and I actually succeed in this before then. Why am I doing... Oh, I guess I need Maelstrom Bricks. I wasn't really thinking. And you never fight down here. Oh, that's one of the first rules. Oh, yeah. Another one of the first rules is you don't have a ground pound like that, but, you know. Actually, I'm not going to be able... If there are Maelstrom Bricks, they'll have despawned by the time I get back from doing the missions, so... It's a complete waste of time, but... Oh well. It gets me closer to Smash Them All. So yeah, so basically Smash Them All 4 also gives you extra health. And it's quite useful for that purpose. Yeah, I'm just fully treating this as a hardcore LU run at the moment. Wasn't intending on doing that. Let's keep that. Flashbang. Don't know if that actually works on Dewey at the moment, but might do. Do I want to? No, I don't want to handle this as hardcore LU. That's annoying. It just takes longer. But the converse is, I will... So the bits which take longer are those bits farming spiderlings and fighting... what's its name? Spider Queen. So the thing is, everything else I don't need weapons for, and it's about the same speed. Because I've done this many times now. Like, this bit isn't really sped up that much with weapons. It's annoying.
But yeah, this will be going up along with probably quite a few other things when I get back to uni. I basically recorded quite a few videos, but my Wi-Fi is pretty slow here, and me attempting to upload a video to YouTube, especially a long video, will basically take out the internet for several hours. So I'm not doing that. But yeah, so that means that whilst I'm finishing papers and doing exams, you'll all get some mediocre LU content. Which, I mean, what more could you possibly want from life than mediocrity? So that's what I'm going for. But yeah, so we have options here. I could decide that, you know what, it's worth farming up Smash 'em All. But I don't. I think I'm just going to do BoNS, and I will just naturally get Smash 'em All, and that will make things easier. Also, lots of my strategies don't actually rely too heavily on having 5 health. Most of them primarily rely on having 4 health, at least. There's a lot of backup strats I have which do rely on 5 health, which is annoying. So, for instance, fighting spiderlings, that it's quite regular. I will get down to... That's honestly my major concern going into this with 4 health. It's the fact that my standard way of fighting spiderlings, I deal like... yeah, I attempt to... Do I try and get the outbounds? Might be funny if I do. Are you close enough to be aggroed? Yep, you are. Smash you. Okay. If I can get this in, it'll be cool. Where is it? Oh, I maxed that up already. That's the next one. Come on, where are you? Where's the next mech? There. Okay, we'll pretend that didn't happen. It's a good thing it's not a hardcore you run. I kind of knew I was risking that, but I still did. Hello there. Another guy. Huh. Don't normally get 2 there. Is that guy going to aggro me? No, it's not. Okay, cool. Mech there. Okay. That's not something I can handle. What are they? I feel like these are spawning in different places from where I'm used to getting them. I also have to remember that I do have a shield and I can use this. Because it's not hardcore or you. Come on. Oh, my timing is utterly shot. Yep, no, I'm not going to bother. Would have been cool had I managed that. Cool trick jump, but for anyone wondering what I was trying to do, it's on my channel somewhere. Oh yeah. Do indeed want to exit. Okay. Go. Just keep rolling. Lag. Okay. Why would you want the Jester hat as an item when you could have the Mosaic Jester hat as an item? It just doesn't. I'm trying to click. It just doesn't track. Because we respawn within there, it doesn't notice us. I didn't see one, but we still need them, so let's keep going. Might get out my personal favourite. God tier item right here, just because it's pretty. Stats are good by AG standards. We're getting. I'm going to transfer frame rate for you guys because I am also having interesting frame rate times. I just need to take a look at the settings. I've got this for outputting on. So I think I at some point upped the quality to like 1920 by 180p, which is more than necessary. I would think. I mean, do people want? Wait a second. I don't think my display is that high quality. Does this? Can this even capture in that high quality? If I'm confused. I'm assuming the game doesn't. I'm assuming things aren't calculated in higher quality than the output. That'd be stupid. Oh no, apparently I am in this resolution. Surprising. Run. Bit slow, but oh well. Wow, I missed both of those. I mean, they both missed me, but still. A little bit underwhelming performance right there. And I mean, what commentary can I do right now? You have seen me do this one about 1,000,000 times. There we are. Woo! The classic Maelstrom brick grind. Some of the worst missions in the game. Not necessarily from a gameplay perspective or from a game design perspective or anything like that. From my perspective, very specifically. Hate them. It took me absolutely ages to get armor. I feel like. Something I should remember if I ever decide to speedrun this is positioning of the Maelstrom vacuum in my backpack. And something everyone should remember, or to like have this where I know the slot is going to have it scroll down to where the slot will be. And something everyone should remember is that there's a mission. There's a mission before to test this out once before you actually go and pick up this stuff. So, seen that get people. Pretty classic Avant Gardens laid out right now. And there's no real reason to continue going around there. Don't know if the devs were really aware of that in live, but no reason to fight anything. I guess there's no reason not to, like, it doesn't matter if I die. So, maybe I will. Site of not my favourite Avant Gardens Outbounds, but one of the nice ones. Or one, possibly the easiest outbounds I can think of in any world. So this Avant Gardens one. Did I run off? There are literally more here. Can I get... I'm assuming I can get 2 at once. Okay, it automatically targets. So oh no, I know it doesn't get 2 at once actually, don't I? There's a script internally, which I've messed with in the past, whereby adjusting on the values you can change the radius that it searches for Maelstrom bricks in. But it will still only pick up 1 at a time if I recall correctly. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense, because there used to be a bug where the Maelstrom bricks would spawn back in even before you'd gotten rid of them, and so they'd pile up. Or maybe it was like multiple players doing it or something like that. I don't know, but whatever it was, you used to be able to pick up multiple at a time. Confuses me. Hey, speaking of classics, Card Shark shirt. It's well and truly, honestly, Card Shark shirt, spear, prismatic baseball cap, arguably I'd say dungarees, Nexus air tanks. I don't think you can achieve something which drips harder than that, if I'm honest. Gonna throw it out there. I think that is more or less peak. Anyone can beat me, can beat that level, give me a shout, but I don't think it's possible. Maybe the trousers could get changed up, but nah, I think that is more or less the drippiest a character can look. Oh, I realised I'm going to have angry sword gangers saying that sword's the best, but I mean, feel free to like believe that. Don't bring into my comment section of my life. Don't need it. It's not true. We all know it's not true. Sword and hammer gang, just you've got nothing. You've got nothing on spear. They look slightly different, don't even look better, and they don't give you the range advantage. Why'd you want it? Don't know. Some people seem to. I prefer not to associate with them. Delur is furious right now. Fuming. Absolutely fuming. So I insult his boys in the sword gang. Right, let's see if I can... I probably will just die here, but it'll be funny, so I don't care too much. Okay, and now I'm safe. I didn't die. Not funny. Would have made for more content if I had. Actually, it wouldn't have made for... Well, it would have made for more content. Not necessarily good content, it would have been boring content, because it would have been me dying, commenting on the fact that I died stupidly and then walking back. And the fact that I should have known better, but the fact that, you know what, it's tough, I did it anyway. It's the point where I'm well aware that that a lot of what I say in my videos ends up being actually... most of it's happened before. Most mistakes I can make in one of these things, and most of the ways I can comment on it, I have already commented on it. Oh. But, speaking of me doing repetitive things, how about me not doing something repetitive? Very, very excited. I've got a group of friends, and we actually done a little bit of testing now, see how balanced this is. Very excited to be doing a hide and seek challenge with them at some point. Some point coming soon. That will be really, really good fun. Yeah, I'm hyping that up largely just because I'm really excited about it. Don't know when it's going to happen. Because exams and people across multiple time zones doesn't make for something which will necessarily happen incredibly soon. So that the one telling me to the message telling me to claim a property or something. I guess fishing rod, once you get it, does have the range advantage over basic spear. So, but I think, like, I don't think that's drippier. And yes, I am unironically using, well, no, it's kind of ironic, but I am still using the word drippy. I have one friend who, well, no, two friends who just, whenever they see one another, repeatedly drip check one another, and this has gotten inside my psyche. And yeah, if you're watching, you know who you are. I guess technically for the ultimate trip, I should be holding the Sentinel shield as well. I just think there is no more iconic trip than that. I don't know if anyone give me the Lego Universe shirt. Not as good. Not as good. Did I miss that jump? I think the game got a little confused as to whether I was in the air or not right there. That could actually be kind of interesting. I need to change the hotkey for bringing up chat in LWO.xml at some point, because that wastes so much of my time in various things. Me trying to be quick and spamming enter and just opening chat and closing chat repeatedly. Getting the Monument Path achievements. I quite like this route. That's one of the. I don't know. This is one of those things that I didn't realise I was coming up with, but it was one speed strat when I did this with some friends a while back. What was it? I think it was DLU Devs and I when we were doing a bit of a playthrough. And we were just like, yeah, let's get out of. All of us have played Vanguard, and so many times we were just like, yeah, let's get out of here as soon as possible. And yeah, I did my testing. Realised that there was a fast route through. AG and I ran well away from them at that point. That's the first time I've ever incorporated that, though. That trick jump. That wasn't intended. Oh, the frames. What is going on? Don't blame anything from now on that. I messed that jump. Oh, frames. I still haven't configured my OBS to record such that I don't have frame rate issues whilst playing LU. The frames. Blaming on the frames. No one likes me because I'm blaming everything on the frames too much. Not my fault. It's the frames. My life's crumbling due to my own inability to accept my failings. Okay, I hear you on that one. But hear me out briefly. The frames. I know everyone knew that was. I didn't need to. Okay, joke crafting. I did not need to draw out that draw out the punchline as far as I did there. It wasn't worth it. You all knew it was coming anyway, because I'd made it very clear. Point that was the only joke my small brain could come up with. It's just repeating the words, the frames. I think that's one of the best uses of a Quixsicle. A single Quixsicle is to make that jump. I think that's probably... Okay, that's not true. For me, that's probably the best use of a Quixsicle. For other people, I don't know. Vice-Ski, for instance, that might not be the case. But for me, that is like... It would take me probably... That saves me like 10-15 seconds over going the secondary route I would take. So, like, worth it. Come on. There we are. Well, that was speedy loading times, and wait for me to get hit as I... There we are. Come out of the thing. I'd say I wonder what would happen if I... Forget what happens when I do this. I don't think there's any reason. I'm fairly certain nothing bad happens if I beat the Spider Queen just straight off, so I might as well do that. We don't ask about our use collision detection. Seems very dubious at times. We also don't ask as to why I'm opening up brick packs in the middle of a Spider Queen fight. Also, anyone else feel that? Feel the like sinking sensation in the pit of your stomach as you realise that brick packs, LU had loot crates. Okay, that was actually just a bad use of a thwack there, because I wanted both of those. It would have been faster if both of those had been closer together. So that didn't actually speed anything up whatsoever. But, how well. For anyone wondering why, because I realise I do this, and I probably haven't explained this much, the reason why I quite often, whilst moving, will turn my camera to one side. The reason for that is that, like, I normally, like on certain jumps, like, yeah. So the reason I'll turn my camera to one side on certain things is basically if I see or I feel like I'm going to minorly overshoot a jump, then it makes more sense for me to... I could release W, but it often feels easier just to tilt to one side, and because you still accelerate in the air in LU, that reduces my distance just a little bit, and quite often that's all I want/need. So that's the reason I will occasionally do that. I don't know. It just feels like it gives me... I feel more in control than I would if I just released LW whilst in the air. And the reason why I did it in that instance over there, the reason why I used it a minute ago was because if you're in the air, if you are off attack cooldowns, then you should wait to land before attacking. Just as a general rule, because Because attacking just from... attacking moisture in the air, single attack, but it has the same cooldown as like properly attacking as a triple attack. So like you higher DPS if you land before attacking. So I wonder what it's faster to do here. I wonder if it's faster is to drag something new out, because you're always going to be on the property main. I guess you could just go back to... you could just go back to your main backpack. So maybe that's not a better idea. Right, and we are more or less done with the early game. I don't see the early game as being completely done yet. Actually, I really don't see the early game as being completely done yet. Okay, what I count as early game varies, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm starting a new character, early game ends the second I get the Batlord Helm. If I'm that's like if I'm doing a normal character. If I'm doing a hardcore OU character, then early game ends the second I choose my faction. Or I guess no, not the second I choose my faction. The second I return to Nexus J after having picked up my first set of faction gear. Okay, so of course, hopefully this is going to be a first time when we do Battle Limbo Station. This is going to be the first attempt doing this, and we're just going to flash all the later levels we haven't seen. So from 19 onwards, I have no experience. So the final 10 levels. So in other words, I've gotten... Well, okay, I've got experience with those as of late, but I have no hardcore experience with those. And the reason why I do this is marginally faster than dragging individual items on there. I wonder if, though, when I'm saying, can I just do this? No, okay, I can't. Just seemed like the sort of thing you might be able to do, given that properties you can directly drag models onto them. I guess they're slightly different systems, the modular build versus properties, in the fact that you can carry your rocket as a model. In theory, you can probably place it as a model, but yeah, properties, but modular builds, you don't actually pick it up and walk around with it, really. I think there may be... No, I don't think there is a point you have it equipped, is there? You have you temporarily equip rockets with similar in a similar way to to equipping property models when you're doing property stuff, as you're about to leave an area with them as you're interacting with the launch pads, but that's about it. You don't otherwise interact with rockets in the same way as models at any point. I don't remember if you can even place them as a model. then the fetch quest. Oh, hello. Hopefully, no. I was about to say hopefully this won't interfere, but it can't. Hey there. Someone else. Someone who's just gone their faction. No, it can't be someone who's just gone their faction gear. Because I go through event gardens quite a bit faster than most people do. If they'd just gone their faction gear, I would have seen them. Is that track? I feel like I would have done. Yeah, okay. I think their levels were higher, so I think I was right. Although they were still... Weren't they holding a shield there? You guys can probably process that a lot. Oh yeah, this is one of those things I've mentioned a ton in the past about like processing, being the person playing versus being the viewer. And like how, yeah, you guys probably saw that far more clearly than I did, despite us both pretty much being watching the same screen. But yeah, I could. I'm just trying to work out would I have seen them in the back gardens. I guess no, not necessarily. I thought that yeah, okay, it's not okay. No, I was wrong. Because if they were just, I was kind of thinking like, oh, I would have caught up with them. That's a case of, yeah, a range of people at range time starting later than me. It does not hold that someone I only catch up to later I must have previously caught up to if I was going faster than them. That's not how maths works. Shame, I tried. Gave it a good try. Yeah. Sentinels forever, baby. Let's go. These are all things that should be optimised in a speedrun if anyone ever does one. It's just like knowing when you're going to have to switch to which inventory, or knowing when you're going to have to scroll down to a particular point in your inventory. Why am I walking back there? Don't want to walk back there just yet. Actually, what was this? Can sell that item. Wish I could. Don't need it. Right, let's go and earn some brownie points with this vendor over here by spending literally all of my money on healing items. Let's actually sell first. I guess I could actually... I'm thinking I could just wear a shirt that gives me 1 armor. I do have that, yeah, this guy. Give me just 1 armor. That's kind of tempting, but the thing is I won't restore armor anyway. So I could do that, and that would be a better approximation to what I'm aiming for, but it's not really that worth it. I guess it doesn't hurt though. Well, it does mean I have less money to spend on
medkits or armor and the like, but that doesn't really matter too much. Yes, I did just sell those medkits, because realistically I could use them, but I'd prefer to avoid swapping around between things in the middle of the fight. You I need to give back to, what's his name? Okay, do I want to keep the notion potions? I think I do, yes. I think I do want to build the anchor for King of Hurl, in which case I do want the notion potions. Thing is, I'm not going to make this first time, though. Do I sell it? Do I keep it? I'm lucky it just happened to be in the final inventory slot. I'm not certain what I'd want to do there, actually. Do I want to add using those on King of Hurl into my... No, I don't think I do. It'd save time, but you know what? This isn't going to be a fast run no matter what. So, and no, I was here for a reason. It was to buy something. Get rid of those. Okay, cool. Now we are roughly where I want us to be. Okay, cool. And now we buy as many healing cherries as we can. It should be about 300. That was quite satisfying to watch. That is my inventory not completely filled up with these. That's because DLU added inventory space per level. I'm still not convinced I'm a fan of that, but they did. I completed that because why not? It's part of my standard route and got a little bit of lag. Are you gonna do anything? I think he forgot about me. But that's fine. Don't actually need anything else from him. Now I can pick up the 2 coins I lost. And let's go. Why do I have imagination? I didn't get the imagination brick. How do I have 1 extra imagination? When did this happen? Again, it doesn't make a difference for this run, but I shouldn't have that. Why do I have that? I was just like, this is so pointless, I might as well not use it. Why do I have that extra imagination? When would I have gotten it? Did the game not register me taking off a hat or something? Should have done. I definitely didn't get that imagination brick, though. I'm saying this as much to convince myself as anyone else. But that's not part of the... I didn't bother getting the heart flags, that's not part of the route I would have taken. Okay. Lags a little bit at the start, hopefully just then. First heart of damage, first of many, I'm sure. But yeah, so the upsides, well, the upside and downside actually in playing with this server is the upside is this is easier, except I'm going to die. And the reason why it's easier is because of pathfinding. The enemies are now pathfinding properly, which means, floating enemies, which means I can more easily lose enemies, basically. Enemies are much easier to manipulate, stuff like that. Like, for instance, if I go here, they all have to go up those stairs. Wow, I wasn't paying attention much, but I didn't think I was on 1 health. But anyway. I also don't think I'm on 7 imagination, so, evidently I'm not the, it's not my opinion that's the one that counts here. Apparently there's something about servers shouldn't trust clients. I also do somewhat want to keep an eye on how much money I earn relative to how much I spend. Or more accurately, how many health kits I use, because I can then work out roughly. I can then do a little bit of working out how to budget my health kits. Do you see what I mean about it being a lot easier to mark with enemy AI when they actually can fly or phase through objects? And that's going to, in theory, help me quite a bit. No, let's just remain here. I wanted to spawn something down because I've done way too much normal runs of BoNS recently. Way too many normal runs of BoNS recently. Yeah. I know. Not going well. But it wasn't going to first couple of attempts. I was never going to be in. They were never going to be incredibly successful. It's going to take me a while, especially with reduced health. It's going to take me a little while to get back into the swing of things. And yes, I will also, at some points, turn my video quality down. I'd say video quality will be a little less good, but you know what? I'm able to live with that in exchange for, well, living. Hey there. Doink. No, that was sad. Yeah, I am going to pay attention to money. This is a terrible place to start a round. And not attacking the nearest thing to you is an even worse way to continue it. Just heal. Oh boy, I need to do something. I don't know what. Not what I'm currently doing. But anyway, the main aim of this video was just to get here, so, I mean, I see this as a success so far. Also, we started on, I think, 256 coins. We're down, what, 6 health kits? So that's up under 200 coins, 6 health kits used. That's not a terrible ratio.
We're not breaking even, but it could be worse. I was about to say it should only improve the better I get, but that's not actually true. It will probably get worse the better I get. Because I'll use more health kits per enemy. I'm genuinely just disappointed with how much I'm dying, but it's fine. I knew this wasn't going to be a great series of runs. I mean, obviously hopes they might be, but it was very unlikely. Yeah, just being able to jump in LU, pretty OP compared to enemies who can't. Just makes everything so much easier. Why am I doing this? Mistakes were made. Lag spike. Help. That's heal. Heal. Scuffed. Very scuffed. That's like half a second to a second of lag whenever I try and use one of those. It's not incredible. And that definitely could get me killed. Yeah, we've used 10 health kits, and ideally we should have made 400 coins. We've made under 300. So we're very much not breaking even on this, but again, didn't expect to. And we're not, the thing is, we're not breaking even, but we're not also losing by that much. That's so, differences between a flawed hero and an anti-hero. What am I doing? I'm obviously a flawed hero. Lag spike, and it's not fun. Don't know what's causing it, but I know I will die to it. I've already come very close to dying to it a couple of times. With strats that would have normally worked, by which that kind of kills. Okay, this is where things begin getting interesting. Huh. So not what I expected the distribution of enemies to look like with the start. I think I made it out of there, but oh well. Yeah, so I think before doing any more runs, I should actually sort out what's going on with like everything. I think implicitly, I don't think there's too much of a challenge. I think going down to full health is giving me less wiggle room than I'm used to, and I don't think I anticipated on really realizing how much it's making it harder, but I think it is by a fair amount. For now, I'm just going to go and sell off anything I don't need to buy more healing cherries, and also check my emails. Go away and go away. Send both to spam. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it for this. The aim here was just to get there, and I think, well, I wanted to give a couple of runs ago, but I think before doing so, I need to improve my setup, so I'm not dealing with as much lag, and I also need to work out what on earth causes so much lag with these. Well, I assume it's the number of slots in the inventory taken up by them, which is problematic, but I don't know. Stop it. Don't want that stupid quest. And it looks like we've made back more than enough. We have not, because I sold 2 extra things to get that money. So we are definitely making a loss with this, but that's fine. That's fine, I expected that. So yeah, I guess actually okay, we'll do one final thing, which is I'll head over to Nexus Tower and drop healing cherries off. Yeah. Actually, don't want to. No, I realistically don't want to do that, because when doing practice runs, I'm not going back and forth every time to deal with healing cherries. Getting healing cherries from a vault, so there's no real point. So yeah, I think then I'm just going to call it here. Thank you all very much for watching. I know by the point you'll be seeing this, it's been quite a long while, but thanks for still turning up to watch this video. I've been Ninja Value, and I'll see you around. Bye.